Erev Tov Rabotai, we are continuing with our Mishna Yomi, Masechet Nedarim. We are up to Perek Yud Mishnah Gimel. Today's Mishnayot should be Leilun Yishmad Neria ben Svetlana Aranbayev, Eliyahu ben Burcha Israelov, Chana bad Miriam, and Sason ben Raya, Menuchatam began Eden, Amen, and Avdil ben Chaim lechaim v'derefua shenemav, Daniel Shalom ben Rosa, Betoch Shah Chulei Israel. The previous Mishnah taught that if a man betrothed to a Nara dies, her father regains full control of her Nedarim. The same holds true if the man divorces her. Our Mishnah discusses who controls the Nedarim of a Nara who was betrothed, divorced, and then betrothed by another man. Nadra v'hi arusa. If a Nara made a neder while she was betrothed and her father heard about it, itgarsha bo bayom, and she got divorced on that very day that her father heard about it, nitarsa bo bayom, and she then was betrothed to a second man on that same day. Although her father had heard about the neder, he had not yet approved or cancelled it. However, if her father had cancelled or approved the neder while she was single, his decision would hold and her second arus would be unable to reverse it. But again, in this case, he had not yet approved or cancelled it. Afilu lemea, or even if she became betrothed to 100 men, one after another, on that day, meaning she was divorced from one man and betrothed to another, and so on, all during the day that her father heard about her neder. Now the Mishnah chose such a case because the father may cancel his daughter's neder only on the day he hears of it. Once that day passes, her neder cannot be cancelled. The Mishnah says, Avio Bala Acharon Mifirin Nederea. The law is that her father and her latest betrothed husband together cancel her nedarim, even those that she made while she was betrothed to the first man. Even though she made the neder before this man betrothed her, and Arus can cancel the nedarim of his betrothed Nahara together with her father, even if she made them before they were betrothed. And the Mishnah states a general rule for such a case. Zaklal, this is the rule for a woman who was divorced several times. Kol shelo yatzat as long as she had never left her father's domain and come into her own domain for even one moment, because she was not a full adult and was never fully married. Now a girl leaves her father's domain fully when she either becomes a bogeret or performs nisuin. If she is merely betrothed and not married and she is still a nara, she remains partly in her father's domain and she fully returns upon being divorced. But as long as she has never left her father's domain and come into her own domain for even one moment, her father and her latest betrothed husband cancel her nedarim together. Since she had never left her father's domain, her divorce leaves her completely in his domain as she had been before she was betrothed. When she is betrothed by another man, that man shares control with her father. However, if she entered her own domain as a result of the divorce, either because she was over 12 and a half or because she had been fully married and she was then betrothed by another man, her nedarim cannot be cancelled at all. In this case, her father no longer has control over nedarim, and an arus can never cancel his arusah's nedarim on his own. Therefore, her nedarim cannot be cancelled until she undergoes nisuin, at which time her husband gains the right to cancel any nedarim she makes. And that is in the Mishnah Gimel. Now, we have learned that while an Nara is betrothed, her nedarim are controlled by her arus and father together. After nisuin, her nedarim are controlled completely by her husband. This Mishnah Dalet, tells of a custom that developed because of this law. This is the custom of Torah scholars. Now, it is the practice of Torah scholars to help people avoid sin. Therefore, they would act as the Mishnah describes in order to prevent their daughters from sinning by violating the nedarim. Just before his daughter leaves him to become fully married, nisuin, Omer la, he says to her, Kol nedarim shenadart betoch beti aren mufarin. Any nedarim that you made in my home are hereby cancelled. Since after nisuin the father no longer controls the nedarim, he cancels them now while he still can. V'chen abal, similarly the husband, ad shelo tikanes l'shuto, just before she enters his domain to nisuin, Omer la, he says to her, Kol nedarim shenadart ad shelo tikansi l'shuti aren mufarin. Any nedarim that you made before entering my domain are hereby cancelled. Shemishinitkanes l'shuto eno yachol la'afer. He must say this before nisuin, because once she enters his domain and they are fully married, he will not be able to cancel any nedarim she made beforehand. Now in Mishnah 3 we learned that during the betrothal period, an arus can cancel nedarim that his arusah had made before their betrothal. We see here, however, that a full husband cannot cancel nedarim his wife had made before they were fully married. The reason for this difference is that during the betrothal, the arus can cancel his arusah's nedarim together with her father. Since the nedarim she made before her betrothal were at one time under her father's complete control, before she was betrothed, the Arus can join the father in canceling those same Nedarim even after the betrothal. A full husband, though, cancels his wife Nedarim by himself, since he never had complete control over Nedarim she made before the Nisuin. He cannot cancel them even after the Nisuin. If the husband and father do not jointly cancel a Nedarim now before Nisuin, those Nedarim can never be cancelled. Accordingly, they cancel a Nedarim together by making these statements to ensure she will not sin by violating any Nedarim she might have made. Even though the husband or father did not know of any specific Nedarim she had made, they can cancel any Nedar she might have made by stating that all Nedarim are cancelled. However, if they do hear about a specific Nedar, they may cancel it only on the day they hear about it, as we will see B'ezrat Hashem Bli Neder in Mishnah 8. That is an Abotai of today's Mishna Yomi. Baruch Adonai Le'olam. Amen v'amen.